Ever feel like you're just shouting into the void with your startup social media, putting in the hours, posting away,
Yeah.
but crickets when it comes to actual sales?
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge frustration point for so many founders.
It really is.
Yeah.
And often it turns out they're making these like hidden mistakes that are costing them.
Mm.
If you're feeling that pain and want to maybe give your profiles a serious boost, get the right kind of followers, see some real results,
Yeah.
you should definitely check out rapidboost.net. They specialize in that kind of rapid improvement.
Good tip.
So today we're doing a deep dive. We're looking at 5 really common social media mistakes that startups tend to make.
Right.
And our goal, kind of pulling from the insights in avoiding startup social media sales mistakes, is to help you spot these.
Yeah,
And more importantly, fix them. Turn that social effort into real growth.
exactly. Because it's amazing how many people treat social media as just something you have to do rather than, this incredibly powerful tool for growth if you use it right.
It's not just about being there.
Not at all. We're going to unpack why that's not enough and look at those specific missteps keeping startups from seeing a proper return.
Okay, let's jump right in. Mistake number 1, lacking a crisp, data-driven strategy. Seems basic, maybe.
You'd think so. But it's surprisingly common to see this sort of fingers crossed approach.
The post and pray method.
That's exactly it. Just throwing content out there and hoping something sticks. The real issue is not seeing social as part of the bigger business picture.
Mhm.
The 2023 Sprout Social Index actually found 55%, over half of businesses struggle to link their social media stuff to actual business goals.
Wow, 55%. That's staggering, really.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what all that activity is for.
Right.
Can you give us an example? Like, where does this lack of strategy really hurt?
Sure. The source mentions this sauce company, right? They were doing Meme Monday, got likes, got shares, looked good on the surface.
Okay, vanity metrics.
Totally.
Totally.
Because when they dug into it, the number of demo signups from those memes, 0. Nada. Yeah. So they were chasing engagement that didn't actually, move the needle. The insight isn't just have a plan. It's make sure your content is built to hit specific revenue-linked targets.
So if post and pray is out, what's the fix?
It comes down to building a proper content calendar, but one that's really focused on your audience. What are their problems? What keeps them up at night? What are they actually interested in?
Address their needs, not just push your stuff.
Exactly. And then, crucially, set specific measurable KPIs. Go beyond likes. Think leads from social. Think signups, demo requests, things that tie back to revenue.
Makes sense. And the platforms themselves have tools for this, right? You don't need fancy extra software necessarily.
Definitely. Meta Insights, LinkedIn Analytics, Twitter Analytics, they're all there. You just need to actually use them. Regularly check the data. See what's working with your ideal customers, not just random likers.
Right.
Then tweak your strategy based on that real data. Analyze, adapt, repeat.
Okay, that's clear. Let's move to mistake number 2 then. Ignoring audience engagement and community building. This feels huge today. Like you can't just broadcast anymore.
You really can't. But many startups still operate that way. It's like they have a megaphone just shouting their message out.
Yeah.
They forget the social part of social media. It's meant for interaction, for building relationships. Think a digital billboard versus like a coffee shop gathering.
That's a perfect analogy. And the numbers back this up, don't they? HubSpot found that responsive brands, they see better results.
Huge results, up to 30% higher customer satisfaction. And get this, a 20% bump in purchase intent. People are more likely to buy if you talk back to them.
20%. You can't ignore that.
Definitely not. And the flip side, ignoring comments, ignoring DMs.
Yeah.
The source calls it ghosting your followers.
Right.
It just screams apathy. It tells people you don't care. And that actively hurts your brand. Put yourself in their shoes. You reach out. You get silence.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel great about that brand.
Yes.
Doesn't build trust. But this source had a good example of someone doing it right.
It did. This indie beauty brand, they doubled their Instagram sales. Doubled in 6 months.
Oh.
Simply by committing to replying to every comment personally.
Yeah.
And they did weekly Q&A sessions in their stories.
Wow. Real interaction.
Exactly. It built this amazing community, real trust. And that translated directly to sales. So engagement isn't just nice to have, it's a pathway to revenue.
So the action step here is make time for it.
Make it a habit. Seriously, even just 15 minutes a day. Jump in, reply, ask questions, share stuff your users post. It makes a massive difference.
Okay.
And maybe think about like dedicated spaces too, a private Facebook group, a LinkedIn circle for early adopters. That can really deepen the connection.
Good ideas.
So
All
far.
right. Mistake number 3. Inconsistent branding across platforms.
Yeah.
I can see how this would be confusing.
Totally. If your logo looks different, your colors are off, your tone of voice changes from, say, Instagram to LinkedIn,
Right.
it creates this fragmented feeling.
And erodes trust, right? It feels unprofessional.
Exactly. It's like meeting someone who acts totally different each time you see them. It's just weird. And it's not just about looks either.
Oh.
There's data. Lucid Press found consistent branding can boost revenue by up to 23%.
23%. That's significant.
It really is. And a big part of that consistency, something startups often miss, is sharing their story.
Why?
Yeah. Your origin, your mission, who are the people behind the logo. Sharing that consistently makes you feel more human, more relatable. If it's disjointed, that connection breaks down.
The source mentioned Canva doing this well early on. What did they do?
They were great at it. They'd showcase user stories, talk about the founder's journey, share design tips, but always with that same recognizable Canva style and voice. Very cohesive.
Right. You always knew it was Canva.
Mm-hmm. The insight is branding isn't just your logo. It's the whole narrative woven consistently through everything you put out there.
So the action here is basically do an audit.
Absolutely. Look at your main platforms. Bio, visuals, tone, messaging. Does it all match up? Does it feel like you everywhere?
Makes sense.
And the source suggests making it a regular thing. Share weekly brand stories, maybe founder updates. Feature your team, feature your customers. Humanize it.
Okay, let's hit mistake number 4. Overlooking platform-specific content. The old copy-paste problem.
The copy-paste gone wrong, as the source puts it. It seems efficient, right?
Right.
Make one thing, blast it everywhere.
Yeah, saves time.
But it often just doesn't work. Each platform is its own little world. Different culture, different algorithm, different way people consume stuff.
Totally different vibes. Can you illustrate that? Like a concrete example.
Sure. Think about a really detailed, long-form case study. Might be great on LinkedIn, right? Professional audience looking for depth.
Okay.
Now, paste that onto TikTok, it's going to bomb. It's just not built for that. Or flip it, a trending TikTok dance video, probably going to look pretty weird on your serious B2B Twitter feed.
Yeah, it's definitely out of place.
So the core idea is audience expectations are different everywhere. How they consume content varies massively.
So it's about playing to the strengths of each channel.
Precisely. The fintech startup example in the source nails this. They tried sharing boring news headlines on Instagram, didn't work.
The usual platform.
Right. But interactive finance quizzes in their stories. Huge engagement.
Ah, clever.
And then on Twitter, they use these short, punchy how-to threads. Great for B2B leads, giving quick, practical value. It's about matching the format to the platform and the user's mindset there.
So you really need to think. Where are my people and what are they doing on this specific platform?
That's the key. Use Instagram for visual, stories. Use LinkedIn for the thought leadership, the professional stuff. TikTok for behind the scenes, quick tips, personality. Twitter for conversations, news, threads. And importantly, don't just set it and forget it. Test things, see what works, review it every quarter maybe. Refine your approach.
Constantly optimizing. Okay, final one. Mistake number 5. Neglecting social proof and customer advocacy. Hiding your happy customers.
It sounds crazy when you say it like that, but so many startups do. They're sitting on this gold mine of positive feedback and just not using it.
And today,
Yeah,
people trust other people, right? Not just the brand's own marketing spiel.
massively. We trust peers. If your social channels don't show real people having success with your product, you're missing huge validation. It makes it harder for new customers to take the leap.
The source had that bright local stat. What was it? 87% trust online reviews as much as a friend's recommendation?
87%. That's huge. It basically puts online reviews on par with word of mouth. Social proof is incredibly powerful for building that initial trust.
So it's not just having happy customers, it's actively showcasing them.
Yes, showcasing their stories, the results they got. It builds credibility. It lowers the risk factor for prospects.
And the examples were pretty stark. The sauce company doubling conversions with video testimonials.
Compared to just text reviews, video makes a difference. And the e-commerce brand boosting social traffic by 35% just by featuring user photos.
Using their customers' own content.
Yeah, authentic voices sell. So the action step is actively look for and feature real-world use. Before and afters are great. Short video stories, even just sharing positive tweets or comments. Milestone counters helped ex-customers.
And make the success visible.
Exactly. Your happiest customers are often your best marketers. Let them shine.
And the source mentioned things like a customer spotlight feature or rewarding referrals publicly?
Yeah, proactive stuff. Make your advocates feel special. It strengthens the community and turns customers into fans who spread the word. It feeds itself.
Okay, so wrapping this all up,
Hmm.
it feels like the path to startup growth on social isn't necessarily about, the next shiny trend or just pumping money into ads.
Not primarily, no. It's often about fixing these foundational things, these hidden mistakes we've talked about.
Right. The lack of strategy, ignoring engagement, inconsistent branding, wrong content for the platform, and not leveraging your happy customers.
Those 5 pillars, get those right, and you're in a much stronger position.
So for you listening, the real first step is maybe a bit of honest self-assessment. Look at your own social media. Where might you be falling into these traps?
Yeah, do that audit. Use these 5 points as a checklist. Be critical. Where are the gaps? Then prioritize. Which 1 or 2 changes will make the biggest impact right now?
And start making those changes. Because fixing these things can lead to real, tangible business results, not just vanity metrics.
Absolutely.
So here's something to maybe chew on. Your ideal customers. They're almost certainly out there on social media right now.
Mm-hmm. They are.
The key isn't just being loud. It's being smart, being strategic, being authentic,
Mm-hmm.
and actually connecting with them in a way that builds trust and drives those sales. That's how you unlock the real potential.